January 27th, 2026.
All right, let's dive in. We're starting with the green lights. These are the concepts that get an immediate yes. The designs that just tap into something powerful, super relatable, and definitely sellable.
First up, Wine Girl Era. This one is for International Port Wine Day. And just look at the design. It's so clean, it's confident, and it feels more like something you'd find in a cool boutique than a novelty t-shirt shop.
Okay, so let's break down the psychology of why this works so well. It hits this perfect trifecta. First, it's tapping into that viral "in my era" meme that's everywhere. Second, it builds on a really strong existing identity, the wine lover. And third, that minimalist style is just begging to be posted on social media.
Next up, for National Chocolate Cake Day, we have this absolute gem. Chocolate is my love language. Again, you'll notice the design is simple, it's centered, it's bold. The playful vibe here comes from the idea itself, not from some cluttered, crazy design. The genius of this one is that the phrase is already a meme. You're not trying to invent a new joke. You're just validating one that your audience already knows and loves. It creates this instant connection with anyone who calls themselves a dessert obsessive. And that makes it a perfect impulse buy or, a super easy gift.
Now for National Plan for Vacation Day, the whole tone shifts. I need a vacation from this life. That distressed, kind of retro font, that's not just a style choice. It's communicating a feeling, burnout, exhaustion. It looks like it's been through it, just like the person wearing it.
This is honestly a masterclass in broad appeal. The design taps into that completely universal feeling of just being burnt out, which lets it serve a bunch of different niches all at once. It's a work rant shirt, it's a travel shirt, and it's a life is just too hard shirt, all rolled into one. Talk about merchandising efficiency.
Sticking with that workplace humor, for Punch the Clock Day, we have this all-time classic, I survived another meeting that should have been an email. It's presented in this super clean, easy-to-read format, and it's just pure, undiluted corporate pain. We've all been there.
The real magic here is how specific it is. It targets one single, universally hated part of office life. It's the kind of design that makes someone literally stop in their tracks and go, oh my gosh, that is so true. It's an inside joke for millions and millions of people, which makes it incredibly viral and super giftable.
Okay, let's pivot to a different kind of emotional connection. For Speak Up and Succeed Day, we've got Future Self loading. And the key here isn't just the text. It's that progress bar graphic which visually represents that whole journey of self-improvement.
So what this design does is it basically gamifies personal growth. It turns this abstract idea, becoming a better version of yourself, into something tangible you can wear. It's not just a shirt, it's a full-on declaration of intent for anyone who sees themselves as ambitious, driven, and a work in progress.
And for our final green light, this one's for World Breast Pumping Day. Spilled milk, not my sanity. This is a perfect example of a hyper-niche design. It's witty, it's empowering, and it speaks a language that only its target audience is going to fully get.
So why does this work? It's all about validation. It takes a moment of pure frustration that's so familiar to new mothers, and it reframes it as a story of resilience and humor. It's a wearable inside joke that builds this incredible sense of community and just says, hey, I see you and I totally get it.
Okay, so we've seen what works, but honestly, understanding what doesn't work is just as critical, maybe even more so. These are the red lights, the concepts you absolutely have to avoid to protect your brand and your business.
So pay close attention here. On January 27th, some events are absolute no-goes. International Holocaust Remembrance Day. That's a solemn commemoration of a huge tragedy. Trying to commercialize that is a massive brand risk. National Geographic Day? That's a clear case of intellectual property infringement. Don't touch it. Thomas Crapper Day brings up potential personality rights issues. And Vietnam Peace Day is tied to a really sensitive geopolitical conflict. Another major brand safety no-no.
So, after looking at all the green lights and all those red lights, what's the actual formula here? Let's distill everything we've just seen into a simple, repeatable blueprint for success.
Here it is, 4 simple steps. First, target a niche identity. Don't try to sell to everyone, sell to the wine girl or the new mom or the burnt-out office worker. Second, leverage relatable humor or emotion. Think pointless meetings or personal growth. Third, keep your designs clean and super shareable. The message is the real hero. And fourth, this is the foundation for everything. Avoid all IP and brand safety risks. No exceptions, period.
And that brings us to the final question you really need to ask yourself. Forget about the calendar for a second and just focus on your audience. What's their shared secret? What's the inside joke, the common struggle, or the proud identity that only they truly understand? Because that's where your next bestseller is hiding.